Hello and welcome to Hasu Hour. I'm your host, Zerg. The matchup today is Terran versus Terran. There are no Protosses, and the players are Grandmaster and Master rank. I haven't watched a lot of Terran versus Terran matchups yet, so I don't really know precisely what to expect. Both players opening with a depot, presumably racks soon to follow, although who knows, maybe we'll see a command center first, fast expand. No, both players do throw down a barracks and one gas to follow on each here, with the blue player sending out an SCV to scout. It is a two-player map, so he does know his opponent's location. Interesting that both SCVs end up taking a different route. There are two ways, roughly equal distance, to travel from your main to your opponent's main. And let's see what Jason can scout here as he goes into his opponent's base. His opponent is building a Reaper already there, as is he, so we'll probably see some Reaper dueling in the immediate future. He checks the Expo, doesn't really see anything, and does see the command center going down, so he knows about the Expo. He's already got his. Both players fast expanding, and this SCV is going to probably die to this Reaper here, especially given that he did scout it again with his SCV. He knows what route it's going to take, and this is just not a fair matchup. It's like a hunter, but nice micro there. Both players throwing and dodging grenades. And no Reaper kills yet, but it's fun to watch these very maneuverable units being microed well and battled with. Factory now at 400, and a little earlier fact here for Storm Holt, and potentially it's because he slowed down on the Reapers here. So we are going to see a double Reaper assault, and kind of useless hitting these depots. But maybe he's going to be able to get the depot kill, actually. Looks like the grenades are hurting the depot, and kind of tough. Kind of tough for the single Reaper to deal with the double Reaper there, although they are going to have to retreat. And he did manage to set the building on fire and force his opponent to spend precious minerals repairing it. Starport Tech now online for both players. An early Viking instead of a drop ship, potentially a defensive move to fend off drops, or to fight Banshee. That's another potential. And Red doing a good job here of just controlling a large section of the map with his minimal Reaper force, doing some scouting. He's going to encounter an advanced Hellion and double reactor core here to mass. I missed a drop. To mass pump. Metavax is trying to kill all his guys. A lot of factory switching and barracks and starport switching, getting all the add-ons. Needs that stim for his Marines. And third base now for a storm bolt. And it looks like he's going to go for some drop play. And this is very nice. He's scouting ahead with his Viking. So he knows if his drop is going to be detected. And if there's some random force of Marines here patrolling around, then he's probably going to be able to save his precious cargo. He's also going to be able to spot for any turrets, but he is up against some very impressive drop defense here. The Cyclone with its lock-on ability, you cannot take too many hits from that thing without losing your drop. So very nice drop defense setup by Jason here. He knew it was going to happen. He had ground forces with patrolling Vikings and just a really nice defensive idea. So if you suspect that your opponent is going for a drop, maybe set some of that up and you can be awesome too, like Jason was there. Holt here, just relentless in pursuit of his drops. Tries the main, but that's defended too. However, he does have an early third base. And that's one of the nice things about aggression, or talking about chess. Nimzowitsch said that the threat is greater than the execution. And that was the case here too, because, okay, the drop didn't do any damage. Well, he didn't take any damage either. And he's had this third the entire time. So his eco is way up. And he does have a slight harvester count advantage. He's going to be a lot sooner to his third gas there. His third, fifth and sixth gas. And actually he's slightly behind in supply at this moment. I guess having just lost that Hellion plays part of a role there. Red just sending out some scouting Marines here, checking for all the bases. And Blue's sort of methodically picking them off, which is kind of nice too. Set up some tank defense here in case his opponent were to try a frontal assault. And both players seem content to focus their energies on intelligence and counterintelligence right now. Little pinpoints throughout the map. As they macro up. But, you know, it is the small advantages that can sort of add up throughout the course of a game, right? Sometimes you see this sort of prophylactic style where they're just neutralizing threats and then through the relentless application of StarCraft logic using accumulated small edges to lead up to one sort of climactic final battle. Little siege tank drop here planned by Red. Possibly he's going to hit this relatively undefended natural base. Definitely wants to be careful here, but his quickly dropped tanks getting a few hits there, and Blue does not know what's over there, if it's the entire army or what's going on, so he has to retreat instead of charging forward. Blue pushing ahead now, trying to get to the red main, and might be in for a surprise here. Phenomenally successful attack there by Jason. And generally when you're in this situation, when your opponent is sort of moving towards you, you want to be the one who engages first, because you're planning the attack so you can get your guys set up and you can win the battle. if your opponent isn't expecting it. You want the element of surprise to be on your side. Blue here, control of the high ground, but he is going to lose his low ground force, and he is going to retreat here, trying to get these siege tanks, medevacs to safety. They are able to boost their way out. 2-2 upgrades on the Marines and 0-1 on the tanks. It's going to be very difficult for Red to just march in over the high ground, but he is going to try it, dropping tanks down just in range, and absolutely crushing Blue. Actually, both players still very even in supply. So yes, Blue lost part of his army, but he's got a whole chunk more here. And Red is not going to be able to just march in like he wants. Both players now at 4 bases. And income-wise, still pretty even. Slight advantage for Blue. Blue deciding the time is right for a counterattack. Is going to try to take out this planetary fortress, 4th base. Potentially he could use this high ground here. I guess the tank's probably just slightly out of range of the minerals there. He is going to use that high ground, and he is going to take out one tank. His Marines are going to take out the other. Red, for his part, just counterattacking on Blue's 4th base. So almost certainly they're both going to be able to take these bases out, and the game is still going to be pretty even. The SCVs here frantically trying to heal the base, and you got to wonder if they're not just wasting minerals to prolong the inevitable. Like, sure, it doesn't cost a lot to heal, but like at the end of the day, the tank is doing so much damage, but at least the repair is buying some time anyway. And you're also losing SCVs. See, what he should do is just drop his, oh no, he's got Marine back up. He can't do that. And Red here, possibly able to save his base with seconds to spare. He is going to wipe out the Blue forces, and and that is not very good for Colt here. This could potentially be the end of the game, although he does have a sneak 4th base on the side, and it is going to get that planetary upgrade. So maybe it's not that dire, but Red has a significant supply count. Blue's got a little surplus cash here he's got to deal with. But once he does, he could potentially be pretty close supply-wise to Red. And he does have this 4th base. Now he's got 5. So maybe even the eco-pendulum is going to swing in his favor a little bit. Both players racing to this middle ground base, and Red going to get the high ground advantage, cutting off Blue's army from the planetary fortress. Blue perhaps thinking about a counterattack, not sure if he wants to defend over here. He is going to try to march right in, and Red has very little stopping him from getting to his production facilities and shutting him down. SCV is frantically retreating, and Red deciding to push on into the well-defended Blue 3rd. Things look very grim for Jason right now. Polk has way the better of this situation, And Jason trying a desperate attack, which is absolutely failing. The game is over. What a surprising ending.